Lootlads.
Give rock.
Give.
Nice rock. That's when man learned to climb, when they decided they wanted to grab rock, and then they grabbed rock too hard and they lifted themselves up.
Welcome to Graboids. Okay, so is it both sticks move, both sticks. Okay, this is perplexing. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm figuring this out. Welcome. Yeah, we're climbing.
We're climbing. This is optimal. Look at those grabby boys.
Who?
Engage the grabs. Uh-oh, is that slippery rock?
Uh-oh, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Scooby.
Dude, if you do it fast enough, you're just gonna gain momentum and go up anyway.
Oh shit. Can we dino? Can we dino that shit? Kinda. Nice. Anyway, yes. Welcome to Chris's nightmare. JK, he only fell off the one time.
What?
The one time we went rock climbing.
No, that was a formative memory. I actually really like that. Did you know I like it when people make fun of me?
He was bleeding.
A little bit, yeah. But I had a cute girl say, "Yo, you're it doesn't count if you don't do it again."
That's right.
Repeating it very briefly, we had a stint of bouldering, and that was a lot of fun, to be honest. I really liked it despite me being out of shape. And I did one of the courses, and I did have both hands on the final rock. And then I fucking lost all grip and fell off the wall. Now, it was padded. I wasn't at risk of, like, serious injury unless I bumped into somebody or, like, I fell in a way that I, like, bashed my knee on one of the bouldering holds. You're doing some fancy shit.
Fucking tricking it out here.
But there was this woman there that was watching me. Really just, I think just watching people boulder in general, taking a break.
I think she was an employee.
Yeah. But I got checked up on after I was, like, on the floor. Devin was like, "Are you okay? Like, what's going on with you?" And
everybody there ran, too, just to make sure.
And I was like, I had the initial shock of me falling, like, a couple dozen. I say couple dozen. It's like, less. How high do you think that wall was?
Fuck. I'd say you were probably, like, a good 25 feet up.
Yeah, so
you were near the top.
I have really bad, like, spatial estimates, I guess. So I guess we'll say 24 feet. So I fell on the padded mat, and there was an initial shock. Like, I'm not going to say I was not affected by it.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, I was like, I knew I was fine. Like, there wasn't a situation in which I looked down and my legs were gone. I was like, oh, yeah, that was kind of fun. And I was like, well, I did it. I touched both rocks. And then the woman there was like, it doesn't count unless you touch it again. And I'm like, all right, fuck off. Because the rules were you could get down in any way you want, but you had to climb up the courses specifically as labeled.
Yep. Yeah, like if you touched the white rock, you had to use all white rocks. You couldn't use the other colored rocks.
And I was like, fuck, that's funny. This woman, without knowing me, knew what I was about.
Yeah, immediately got your vibe.
Man, a lot of people get my vibe. I feel like I just kind of like, I lay bare my soul when it comes to that. It's very funny.
Your public image is very it's easy to get.
This guy is teasable.
Bully this man.
Submissive and teasable. You know what? That's kind of where I want to be in life. Submissive and teasable.
Honestly, there's so many worse ways you could be. That's pretty good.
You can get far in life by just advertising yourself as you can make a little bit of fun.
You be a silly little guy.
I give you full permission to tease me.
Please tease me. I'll come.
No, don't reveal my secret, Devin. That's creepy. That's what creeps do.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Just do a big swing.
That's the problem. Like, I don't seem to have, like, swing momentum with this. I wonder if it's different if I use the keyboard and mouse.
You might need to hold on to the rock and quickly, like, extend yourself up. Like, left hand rock, right hands. Left hand rock up highest, and then right hand to try to grab the actual grabbable rock. Unless you can just reach. Oh, there you go. Okay.
All right. It's pretty tight. I don't think I'd grab on the note. Look at that. Can I grab on the top of this? Hell yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, gas is going up. Get it? It's
For some
a
reason,
commentary. It's a meta commentary on life.
So for some reason, I like the genre of let's just buy. Like Bennett thought he really knew what he was doing. Of let's just buy random assets we find and random art pieces, and then just stick them in and make them an obstacle course.
Quap likes like this is what this is the evolution of Quap basically.
I'm down for Quap. Like Bennett thought he was a Quap. Like Bennett thought he as a person is a Quap.
He is a Quap like, yes.
I hope he runs marathons. I picture Bennett Foddy to be kind of a cool guy if you really spoke with him at a bar or some shit. That's my metric for if you're cool, is if I could feasibly talk to you in a bar and you're not weird about it. Which is to say, I have to be also not weird. So, like, yeah.
It takes two to tango.
And as it turns out, if you tease me a little bit, I'll come.
Yeah, so...
So really, I don't have that much of a leg to stand on.
Yo! Oh, all right, okay.
That's actually kind of terrifying. The way it, like, portrays you falling.
Hate that. Hate that. So far back. Ugh. Let me up. It is a little unwieldy in its controls.
Yeah, it's a Quap-like, dude.
It is a Quap-like, yeah.
Much like a Souls-like needs to be slightly unwieldy and unfair, this also needs to just be awkward.
And let me tell you, it's got awkward in spades.
Ooh, there you go. Hey.
Okay, so we just get at the peak. No!
It feels like it's desperate. Like I don't know what about like the tone in this game is that every fucking interaction you have just feels like it's your life.
This is the last one I'll have.
Yeah. And honestly, I really dig that vibe for a silly little climbing game. I feel like a lot of games don't really nail the vibe on purpose, and then this one is just like, man, if I don't reach this rock, my fucking wife dies or some shit.
Right?
Like,
Shit.
yeah, you're on slippery rock.
Come on.
I think you need to fling yourself up.
I need to relax a little bit. And then... shit. Shit. Fuck. Fuck shit ass. Melvin cum shit ass.
I wonder what he's doing now.
I hope he's doing alright. Fuck.
Dude, he's a
for those new players. Yeah. For those new people, that was a Final Fantasy 14 guy I found.
Actually, people who play Final Fantasy 14 will probably stick with Final Fantasy 14.
It's
what
really
a fucking
good.
anomaly of a game, actually.
It's so good. They just got a new expansion come out.
Nice. Actually, nice. I'll go to bet the Final Fantasy 14. It's very, it's weird and inclusive, and I'm happy for it.
I think it's pretty fucking superb, actually. It's just, I don't know. I'm too WoW-pilled. Can't commit to other RPGs
if
like
I
that.
were into raiding and what have you, I'd probably play Monster Hunter. But
yeah, that
Yeah.
that really tickled the itch when we were playing. You mean, Arya?
Monster Hunter World was such a fucking era, actually. Like, I hate that the PUBG era ended of, like, we had a bunch of people that we had a good time with. And granted, we can still have that in the Discord. I don't know what happened. Currently, it's fighting games. Like, we're very fighting game pilled at the moment. But, like, there was a period of time where we were just hanging out on fucking... Well, I mean, this was early Discord anyway. But we were just hanging out playing some fucking PUBG with the boys. This was also... Was that... Were we playing Warhammer at the time, too? Or was that Magic?
Warhammer was...
Warhammer's way later.
Way later. Yeah, it's still Magic.
Sorry, welcome to the golden era reminiscing, lads. Where
welcome to when we had dopamine.
Actually, yeah, no, we're generally just unhappy, aren't we? That's a lie to me. I'm having a very good time with losing in Tekken, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I'm having a blast.
Yeah,
I don't need to be...
I'm glad.
I am putting too much stock into it a little bit, but, like, obviously we're going to the majorest of major competitions.
I'm like... I've always been a little bit pragmatic. I say I've always been. That's obviously not true. Overwatch really fucking chat my ass every time I lost the game. Rainbow Six Siege kind of as well, but I started to get out of it.
Yeah.
When we got absolutely fucking bodied by my fiance's brother's team, I was a little pissed, but at the same time, I was also trying to exit out my toxic era. Mainly from, I'll admit, Arya had a big part in that, because I really enjoy playing games with them. Playing games with the boys anyway, TM, but like, I liked their style of it, I'm just kind of here to have fun and break walls.
Yeah,
Every time I saw Arya do a sledge adventure in House, I looked at their fucking pathway of like, what were you doing the entire round? And then I just see them in like spectator if I die early, just going,
just jiving.
I'm like, I wish I could be like you, Smile.
One lady just deconstruction crew.
I loved our era of Siege. I think Siege was a fantastic game, and I wish there was another one.
Yeah,
current Siege is a little weird and wacky, and I kind of wish it was the form.
Yeah, they started trying to get more, like they tried to squeeze a lot more money out of it, and it did the Magic the Gathering thing of like whatever shareholders could be appeased by potentially more money-based things they could pull out of it. They fucking implemented real bad.
Every time I think about Magic the Gathering too, I mean, to be fair, Magic the Gathering, I guess much like any of the early games that we've played, and even like the games now, like we play fighting games, and I have formative memories of it, and like formative canon events that make me even more appreciative of the game and the community we have surrounding it. Like, I'm really glad we sucked out what we can from the Magic the Gathering players and just got into Tekken.
Yeah.
Like, COVID was a really fucking weird time, because I've never played a fighting game. I quote-unquote played Skullgirls.
Yeah.
And I quote-unquote picked up Street Fighter V and played around with it and didn't know what I was doing.
I played Marvel's Capcom.
Yeah. And then COVID hit and we started playing Tekken, and that was real fun. And then the competitive switch flipped, and every single person in the Discord. And we decided to go, let's go way too hard into fighting games.
Yeah. And now, as of recording, in 6 days, we're boarding a flight.
Yeah. I mean, granted, that was more a very big serendipity thing. I think all of us would have been cool with just saving up our money and going 1 year. Like, I feel like that's a group event. I might not have been able to do it without Kenny's help, which I'm very appreciative of.
We love this boy. I would not have been able to do it this year, 100%.
Yeah. But, like, we all kind of have the mind to want to go to a big event like this anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I want to go to all the monthlies, and, like, if someone decides that they want to carpool down the PEI for some dumb bullshit, except for the one that we had last time, I'm down just to, like, have that car trip and, like, you know, little spend my way. If I win any money, or if I win anything substantial in Vegas, I'm definitely, like, paying my way towards Kenny. Like, the guy deserves it.
Yeah, 100%.
I have this like pipe dream that if I if somehow I do gamble, and it's Vegas, we might as well.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna still put like $1 in and go, oh, there it goes.
I might just do like a 20 or something. I might buy a drink, get a 20, and see where the night lands. But
yeah.
If for some reason I get like a jackpot, or I do the fighting game special of I'm a fighting game player, I went to Evo, but also I just won $600 in slots. Like, half of that's going to Kenny, guaranteed. Yeah. Like, I'll pay my way through the flight as much as I can.
Yeah, 100%.
And then the other is going to merch, because I'm definitely... I kind of want merch. I don't have enough fighting game paraphernalia to call myself like a fighting game fan.
Yeah, I'm currently wearing a Tekken shirt that I got at last Evo.
You know what I'm packing? My shirts are going to be black long sleeve, gray long sleeve, and a sweater in case there's AC.
It's pretty nice in there.
Yeah.
Well, actually, this is a different venue, so I don't know. New venue. Also new. Okay, all right. Trusting you here. Oh,
that hurt. That hurt me to look at.
Do bones have grip? Bones have grip.
I mean,
everyone knows.
My bones grip, if you know what I mean.
That's a medical condition.
I need assistance.
You ever see stage 1 bone cancer?
What?
Stage 1 bone cancer?
No.
Turns your
bones sticky?
Turns your bones into spikes.
What?
Yeah. So, like, you know the when you look at like something that's like,
so you like is it like a calcified thing? Like it's calcifying into points?
You know, like the super saturated serum that if like you put one little like the you know the hand warmer things that like has the little metal thing and you snap it and then it like and it all crystallizes. Yeah, that. But like bone that's coming out of your face or whatever. Like it's crazy as shit.
That's metal as hell, but also I hope they get help. I mean, cancer itself is just like a
fucking hate it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's just like a malformed like cells just spreading, right? Like it's just overgeneration of it.
Yeah. That's why you have to have major cell death in order to have a chance to cure it.
which is fucked up considering that cell death is also the leading cause of death.
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's why you have to be on heavy monitoring after the fact.
Yeah, that shit sucks.
So, funny story, I guess, that you can get with cancer, like fucking.
It's as funny as it's gonna get with cancer.
So, guy I work with, he's of the age that like susceptible to, and he had like difficulty breathing or whatever, and I was like, dude, just like whatever. Oh, they found a mass in you. You should probably, instead of just like getting that biopsied and waiting, just get them to remove that. Probably, like, you're not supposed to have masses around your lungs. And eventually he's like, well, just get a biopsied and we'll figure out what it is and go from there. I'm like, just get it ripped out of you. And so he actually did take my advice, and it saved his life. So congrats to my guy from work from actually surviving the big C.
Man, good job, pal.
Yeah.
As it turns out, cutting cancer out early is pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, he was definitely of the type to be like, well, I'll see what happens. I'm like, things in you that aren't supposed to be in you should not be in you. Remove that.
I feel like we're bred a little bit in today's society. To be a little bit like accepting of weird shit in our body that isn't supposed to be there.
My balls are filled with microplastics.
I was just about to say, I feel as though a lot of people aren't like a little bit. They're less. I was going to say something crass, and then I forgot, and I didn't know what cadence I wanted to give this statement anymore. So I feel like a lot of people aren't worried about the amount of plastics in your body, because as it turns out, the human body is supposed to be probably less than the percentage of plastic that we have, and currently we're rocketing towards 100% plastic. Yeah. And I don't know if you know this, but I don't think meat should be plastic.
No.
Yeah.
100% of samples taken from testicles has microplastics in it now.
Damn.
Hundo P. You cannot avoid it.
I mean, if we get if we get Fallout style FEV to be plastic, first of all, I'm excited to be green, but secondly, if we evolve to it, whatever, but that takes a long time, so we're gonna suffer through it a little bit. I feel as though we should protect the environment too.
Protect my balls.
Protect my look. If what it takes to protect the environment is people needing to protect their balls, I'll take it. Like, did you know that the environment? Oh, actually, hold up. If we blame the fact that we're poisoning the environment and everything that we eat and stuff, like if we blamed that on the amount of plastics in our balls, I feel like people would take it out more on the environment than the plastics.
Yeah.
Which is
stupid environment getting plastic all in it.
Yeah, that's the cynic in me, but I feel as though if we say like, yeah, because of the environmental pollutions, there's so much plastic in your balls nowadays. Someone would be like, so you're saying the environment's putting plastic in my fucking balls? And then like they just take the shotgun to some fucking redwoods or whatever. Cut down that goddamn rainforest. It's putting plastic in my balls.
Have you seen the amount of people that just want to drink raw milk? Like, there's no helping some people.
Okay, granted, the raw milk people, a little bit warranted, because you drink raw breast milk. Like, you kind of can put the logical 1-to-1. But also, this is from a different animal, and that different animal is dirty.
Yeah.
Now, granted, you could probably get away with 1 or 2, but you can't get away with replacing all your milk with unfiltered, like, unpasteurized shit.
100%. Yeah. It's amazing how many people go from allow me to drink raw milk to incredibly horrible, like one of the most racist statements you've ever heard in your entire life. Oh. It's a very, very small Venn diagram of raw milk enjoyers and the worst people you've ever heard open their mouth. What's up?
Does cow milk make people racist?
Unpasteurized cow milk make people racist? I think that's the bit. I think that's the bit.
Like, is it their fault or is it the unpasteurized milk's fault? It is their fault. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to make the martyr of unpasteurized cow milk. If you're racist, you're racist. But there could be a connection.
If you're racist, you're racist. Put that on a shirt.
What do you mean? What do you mean if you're racist? Why are all the Lootlads merch recursive? It's all recursive in that one anime face mug from Gungrave. I still want one of those.
That's really good, yeah. That's a very satisfying sound.
I hate that that's making me laugh. You let me in.
All right. Wait. Yeah, there's one last thing that I learned about this game. You can just kind of give one of those.
Are you making a crass joke?
Give one of those. It's really difficult to do with the controller, actually.
It's really
just
difficult.
like real life.
Thanks for making the joke. 'Cause I was going to be a little bit more blunt about it.
Oh God. Yep.
Man,
It stresses me out every time.
If you told me that this podcast would make me say that unpasteurized milk makes people racist, I wouldn't have believed you. Actually, no, it's Lootlands. I would have believed you, but I would want the logical throughput.
Yeah, I want the step-by-step product.
I would like the wiki how on how that happened.
Here, you give this a go. You're getting
a little chuffed.
Getting a little chuffed.
Sorry, I'm having a good time.
It's very satisfying to do it, right?
Hold on, I want to do it again.
Okay, all right. Let the boy have his fun.
There's a little man.
Little graboids.
Look at me go. I'm in a good mood.
Oh goddamn. But yeah, there's a lot of people that don't know anything about microbiology, and I'm following a lot of like recent microbiology, like people who are actual scientists talking about stuff.
I feel as though a lot of people think they know a lot. Like it's a lot of it you can kind of do common sense. Like, yeah, of course there's a lot of microplastics because we have a lot of like plastic waste and shit.
Yeah.
And it just kind of makes it in. If it makes it in the water, it makes it in everything. That's kind of the rule.
Yeah.
But a lot of people also in that similar vein of like, yeah, I'm smart enough to know that, also don't really grasp the situation that if you know something, it's still a problem.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I know looking at the sun is harmful for your eyeballs and shit, and you still look at the sun and it's like, dude. Like, I know this cancer is killing me, but I'm going to wait. And it's like, no.
I'm going to stare at this eclipse, and anybody else who tells me otherwise is just giving in to big government. Ow, my eyes.
This is Jesus. Jesus is trying to talk to me through the sun.
The amount of why do my eyes hurt search trends that came up after the recent eclipse was amazing to see.
Why does my eyes hurt?
Yeah, the search results for that, if you just Google Trends it, went way up. Oh, you silly little fool.
I tried to do a fling, but I understand what you mean by it.
Yeah, it's not flingable. I thought it was flingable, but you cannot fling. Like, you just make it to the max arm length. You don't, there's no, like, no momentum.
Hold on.
All right.
I want you to imagine a scenario of, like, you're looking out at the pier, there's a bunch of rocks in there, and, like, the shipwrecks and whatever, and you're just, like, looking out, having your nice morning coffee, and then you see this fucking gremlin. Not using his legs at all, just...
Yeah, that's the other fucked up thing.
Would you call the police? Would you call the fucking exterminator?
I would call the Coast Guard. And a couple of seagulls to harass you when you got high enough.
Yeah, get them.
Get them, boys.
Yeah, I would train seagulls to harass rock climbers, yeah.
Okay, speaking of, actually.
Whoa.
I am up to 8 crows in my yard that are friends with me now.
And I'm training them to harass rock climbers.
To harass climbers, yep. Yeah, no, we're up to 8. I came out the other day, yesterday, yeah. And I saw that there was like a couple just kind of meandering around the yard.
Yeah.
And as soon as there's 2 that are regulars, and the 2 that saw me immediately like ran up to the wire and started cawing, and all of them ran up to. I have a wire that runs through my yard from the power company, and right underneath it is where I give crows some snacks.
Yeah.
So they sat immediately over top as soon as they saw me, and then called over the other ones. So then there's like 8 crows. Well, there's 7 crows, and 1 more showed up after, staring at me. And I was like, oh, that's kind of creepy. And so I gave them some foods, and I filled up a little bucket of water for them to give them little sips. And good Lord, they did not leave.
Yeah,
which is the first.
So crows are hungry little guys.
Usually they'll just like have a little snack, and then once they're out, they're like, "Cool, we're done here." But they just stuck around for like hours after the fact. And despite the fact that this is the basement where we're recording, but I also work like from the same location.
Yeah.
They were crawling so loud I could hear them down here. So I came out and like wandered around, and they were just kind of like screaming at me every so often, and so I gave them a little bit more food, and then they fucked off. But like now I've got 8 that know this is the happening place. So I reached out to a mutual friend, Patrick of ours, and he's going to be sending me a 3-kilogram bag of shell-in peanuts, or in-shell peanuts.
Yeah.
And crows love that shit.
Bitches love peanuts.
It's them bitches.
Hello, I am the Corvid bitch.
Caca. Thank you. Tasties. So, yeah, my next step is, Patrick suggested that I teach him how to say hello. I thought, because crows can learn, like, very limited
they have
speech,
like a bit of mimicry.
Speech.
Yeah.
I want to learn the names of my new neighbors that are moving into the side of us that I'm probably not going to like, and just
cruel,
have them,
dude.
just have them hang out in the trees above them and just call like Rebecca when they're like out gardening.
Julia.
Because I'm a very good person. Oh goodness, you got this. You got this.
Can I cross the death gap? What? Oh! I was close.
You were close.
Julia.
That's a streaming classic.
I watched the Poopy Chips clip. Remember when we were playing Overwatch with Sig and we made them laugh with Poopy Chips?
Yeah.
I adored that clip. that was a portent of a good time.
We had some good moments streaming. Like I did say, like that's the moment where I said we should do this channel. Was from that fucking Halo playthrough.
Poopy Chips. I also adored the Halo playthrough. There was a lot of good times back in the day.
Back in the day.
And nowadays we're just derivative. Derivative of ourselves, but
the throughput of like number 6 will make you shit your dad's pants. Like the fucking countdown.
Number 6? Number 6?
That's when we were playing Rainbow Six, actually, come to full circle it, and boy howdy did we break some people.
It was very fun. Sick Deck was a very good audience member. I love them.
Oh, good lord. I hope they're doing A-okay.
I hope so too. I haven't really. I was never really like that close to Sig, but like I adored them every time they interacted.
I did a full-on podcast with them for a year.
Yeah.
Every week. I cherish those moments. That was actually like a really fun podcast I did.
I don't want to like give anyone the idea that like I treasure specific people, but like a lot of people in that.
I don't have love in this heart. Fuck off.
First of all, fuck off if you think that you're going in here. But secondly,
also if you tease me, I'll come.
Secondly, please tease me. I want to come. I mean, actually, that's rude to demand. Sorry, that's my bad. Tease me if you want to. The cum comes afterwards.
Tease me if you must.
I'm never gonna force you to tease me, but like, if you want to, just know. I think a lot of our, all of our Discord peeps has a special place in our hearts.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. But that podcast was one that I had to rename after a while because people thought we were part of the convoy lovers when the Canadian convoy was happening.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, the podcast was called Americanada, and back in the before times, it was fine to do that. And then they had that like America-centric Canada convoy that shut down Ottawa for a little while, and then it became a lot less fun. And you could see on the Facebook page like all these like octogenarians, like 60 to 80-year-old people that are like liking the page, and you could like their Facebook is wide open. So I'm like, all right, I gotta click and see how long it takes for me to see like some sort of like fuck Trudeau or like the COVID vaccine is turning the frogs gay or something like that. It's usually like 2 posts, and then it's like that's the first thing I see. It's like come on, man. So I had to actively change the name from like to say that we're not in support of what happened. And good lord, the amount of hate mail we got after the fact that both Sig and I at the same time would log in and both simultaneously have a conversation with it. So it was the most like everything was us saying 2 sentences at once to fuck with these old people who don't really have a very well thought out brain in their body. And oh lord, we had a lot of fun with that. That is to say, I enjoyed my podcast time, but now this is the fill for that.
Yeah, I feel like Loot Lads and even the other podcast that me and you had, which don't listen to the podcast, was just like mental training, mental aerobics, mental cardio. There you go.
There you go.
That's more accurate. We're doing mental cardio every time we hit record on one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes it just comes out with bitching about Star Wars, but other times it comes out with actual like thoughtful, very, very all right bits. We're bit centric.
Very.
Yeah.
A friend of ours wants to build a time to giggle of how long from episode beginning to when we're just too giggly.
I wonder what the average is actually, because I feel like we do enter some episodes already giggling. Like there's just an ending bit that we kind of just go into.
The Jump Force episode with the Frozone.
Frozone. That's Mr. Gribble.
Immediate. So like, it happens.
I mean, I think we're just giggly boys in general. I think we could do anything and we'd have kind of the same similar throughput. It's just that like if we did something like actual media, we'd have to watch the media and like fuck that,
Wow,
right?
Gross.
I barely pay attention to Control, and I think that game is very interesting. Currently, I just vexed about what snack Jesse wants.
I gotta tweet Sam Lake again.
Yeah, I'm gonna tweet Sam Lake too.
Please do.
Just separately.
No affiliation. Burner accounts.
Yeah, I have sock accounts. It's fine.
I heard the term sock account in a long while.
It's
just an account for knee-high socks. You're like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm down.
Down bad.
Down bad for thigh-high socks. Hell yeah.
Zetai Ryoki, you telling me fucking...
Ever since the I'm gonna say the femboy movement, even though it's not really like a movement, it's just a thing that happened.
The Million Femboy March. Sorry, continue.
I mean, look, they're very popular right now. Bless them. If they get 1 million people, I'm like, man, this is more popular than I thought. Hold up. It's not just me, smile. Anyway. I can't get the phrase thigh-high coating socks out of my brain.
Thigh-high coating socks?
Yeah, it's just like few specific people that got popular enough that like just got made fun of for being like I say made fun of in the endearing sense.
Okay.
Of like wanting to buy, like just admitting to the audience that like, yeah, I wear socks full of coating. And then because it's the internet, they kind of just try to go as degenerate as possible. So like, what, you got thigh-high like fucking coating socks, you fucking femboy? And it's like, I mean, kind of. They are longer and thicker socks than normal socks.
It's cozier, and as such, I can hack the Matrix easier.
Yeah. So like, I think he just kind of rolled with it. And now, because I watch them semi-frequently, it's like every time thigh-highs come up, it's just like, yeah, that's the thigh-high coating guy.
All right, interesting.
Honestly, oddly enough, it's from the AI VTuber, who I know we're kind of spicy about AI right now, considering that it's cannibalizing itself and also awful and stealing from artists.
Yeah.
The dumbest AI is the best streamer because she's she's kind of amazing, and it's a Godzilla scenario. Any stream she's in is not about her; it's about people reacting to her.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. Oh no! I need to know how to fling myself without like flipping over. I think if we do continue this game, we need to learn that.
It won't be right now.
I should show you that AI VTuber, at least like one of the good clips, because a lot of it's kind of like drawl.
What a stream of consciousness this episode was.
It's every episode. It's just sometimes we're focused.
No,
on
we're structured. We have content ideas.
Ooh,
we come in with a script.
Speaking of, hold on, I guess introspection. I know Loot Lads at one point had like skits in its dossier.
I keep writing them.
I don't know. I have no ideas for skits. My brain's usually very full on dumb nonsense and also ADHD.
Yeah.
As much as I have ideas, it's not skit content. Like I have like that gun girl gun thing in my brain, and I constantly think about it a little bit. I'm not in like a production scenario with it, but like I'm just not I'm not script brained right now. I can't write scripts.
Yeah, I do want to do a little bit of content branch out after Evo. Right now it's all like practice fighting game pilled in my brain, and I can't think of anything else but using my free time for that.
I know it's just the fact that we're content pilled on fighting games. I kind of want to do like little video essays about fighting games. Like, I feel like
You think you could be a Leon Massey?
Absolutely not. I want to do a content thing about. I want to do intermediate player stuff because there's a lot of beginner player stuff and a lot of if you're thinking about playing this, you should try this, blah 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 blah, or like high level. Like FeedX, I think is an intermediate level content creator because he does things at a pro level and he explains things as if you are learning them, and it's fantastic.
Yeah,
like I think he's a good content man.
He's a good communicator.
And then a lot of other content stuff, especially surrounding fighting games, including like everyone doing like content on fighting games assumes you know what you're talking about. I think the best example of someone I want to imitate on that is Core A Gaming, which they explored, I can't remember what it was, to be honest, but they introduced a concept, essentially, long story short, because I'm just going to get some tangents on the go. They do content really well in that they're going to explain, I fucked up. And that they explain a concept really well. And then in order for you to understand something in a fighting game lexicon scenario, they go, okay, so like this is an exploration of this thing. So here's why this moment in this scenario was good. It's because they had good footsies, and then they introduced footsies in a way that's just like a tangent, but a tangent that's very necessary and like very snappy and all footsies is really just, you know, you're spacing out your opponent and they're spacing out you, blah 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 blah. Like it's a layman's term thing. But an intermediate, in my opinion, is you already kind of know what I'm about to say. Like everyone knows that in fighting games you hit the guy and you're not supposed to get hit. But I kind of want to do like a scenario in which I'm explaining, all right, so you're going to get hit. And that's like, essentially, you want to get hit, or I can't speak.
You don't want to get hit,
You don't want to get hit. I want to do a scenario. I guess I'll name it. It's not specifically going to be like a script of, I want to tell people that it's okay to fuck up in fighting games because one, it's really funny, and two, if you get hit by something, you are allowed to still get hit by it and not feel like you failed, but also trick your opponent to think you're stupider than you think. Like there's a big proponent in fighting games that not a lot of people talk about, in which you can act like a fucking dumbass and trick your opponent by just doing something the complete opposite of what you've already done. Like, as an example, I do this shit all the time to Tekken players. If you crouch in Tekken, you're going to get fucking launched if you're just staying down there. So I get launched on purpose once on ranked games, and then I try to get launched again and like, ooh, maybe I'm going to block the mid, maybe I won't. And then I just fucking like sit there and block. They know I'm going to get hit because I've done it twice already. And then I just do like while standing to perfect timing because I know exactly what they're going to use to kill them. Like, that's like mind games, essentially. Like just discussing intermediate mind games is very important for fighting games, and not a lot of people think about that. Like in order to learn how to be a good fighting game player, it's not combos, it's I know what you're going to do before you even fucking do it because I forced you to do it.
Like for instance, Punk the God, like dude is a pro level Street Fighter player. Incredible dude. I think he's pretty chill. I walked by him last year, and I didn't even realize it until Kenny went, yeah, I think that was Punk. I was like, oh, shit. Ooh, shit. He made it to, like, he was a finalist or something like that, or, like, he top 6, or, like, was top 8, top 16. Very, very high up in Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Yeah.
Without doing a single combo.
Yeah.
Because he just has neutral control, footsies, like... You, in an anime fighter that hard like Dragon Ball Z, they want to unga bunga some of the times, and he just takes advantage of you unga-ing and bunga-ing and just going, all right, you get hit for it a little bit. Cool.
In Tekken, I hear Pakistani players get described as fearless and stubborn, and I feel like that's not combos, that's not even footsies, that's I'm going to do the exact same thing, and if you don't deal with it, you're fucking dead.
Yeah, present you with a puzzle. That puzzle is 3 pieces, but like I'm throwing it at you real fast.
I think like... I can't remember which pro player it was. I want to say it was Daigo who said like, yeah, I'm shit at combos. I drop them all the time. It's just my consistency on this one thing that I do all of the time. is so good that like it doesn't matter because I'm going to get you in that scenario 9 times out of 10 where you're dropping your fucking input on this 50% combo 50% of the time. Like if you hit someone with a 30% combo 4 times, well 3 times and then some pokes, you kill them. And if you do that at 100% win rate or success rate, then it's a lot better than 2-touching someone with a 70% win rate or like success rate on that. Like you're just going to kill them more often than they kill you. And that's something people don't talk about.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to be optimal. You just need to be, like, consistent.
Just better than them.
Yeah,
Smidge.
yeah. I mean, I feel like that's just the definition of being better in a competition sense. It's just being consistent. No, I don't know how to fling. The problem is I don't know how to fling myself.
I don't think there's a fling.
Well, there's not a fling. You have to, like, do this because you can't reach down here, right? Hold on. We're just going to put ourselves in danger. Yeah.
Is there a speed run?
Well, okay. I think... No, because then I'll flip. I think it's next time on Loot Lads anyway.
Oh, it's been for a while.
Yeah, I just kind of got on the... Wait a minute. Hold on. Whoa. I want to say that was kind of the idea of... because it's... You're halfway there with arm's length, so you just need to, like, fling yourself like so. Hold on.
Yeah, no, he does have some momentum to him.
Oh, fair enough. Well,
right,
we didn't learn that. That's a more than 40 minutes worth of gameplay. Next time on Loot Lads, we'll not discuss any content ever again because it gets me on a tangent. But yeah, I think that's just fun discussing the intermediate like fun parts about learning fighting games. Of you don't need to be good, you just need to be better than your opponent, and you can force your opponent to be bad.
True.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, forcing them to be bad. Anyway, I can get on a kind of...
Oh, no, I mean, hold on. There's a reason why we want to talk about this, because we have a lot to say, or at the very least...
we have to go.
A lot to explore, yeah.
We gotta go.
Kisses, next time on Looties.